A new poll showing Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer with his lowest poll numbers ever as he continues to face calls to step down. Just 32% of New York voters have a favorable view of the senator, with 55% finding him unfavorable. I would never want to be found unfavorable. That seems
favorable.
Oh, thanks, Carly. Former Michigan gubernatorial candidate, also favorable, and host of the Tudor Dixon podcast. Tudor Dixon joins me now. Tudor, does this have more to do with his leadership style, how he doesn't really appeal to what the Democrats want to do now, or is this really more about policy? Is his party's lurch to the left simply leaving him behind?
Well, I think that his party's lurch to the left is definitely leaving him behind. But if we learned anything from Seinfeld, it was go out on top. And he has stayed way too long. He never had someone who came up in his party that was someone that held his same beliefs, that held his same political ideology. He wanted to hold on to that mantle and be the person that was in control for way too long. And that's how he ended up with all these radicals that have now taken power. And he can't get that back. He's not going back from democratic socialism to moderate Democrat. So he's kind of stuck in the middle. He's tried to say, oh, actually, I am a progressive. And the Jewish wing of his party is going, well, wait a minute, are you an anti-Semite now? And he just can't seem to get around exactly where his party is. It's time for him to retire. It was time for Nancy Pelosi to retire long ago. The two of them both destroyed their party by not letting anyone else in the moderate wing of the party come up into leadership before now.
Solid Seinfeld reference there, Dixon. You always have to leave on a high note. I'm impressed. But let's broaden this out to more than just New York State, more than just this one race. What signal does this send to Democrat candidates throughout the country as we kick off? I mean, we're in it right now, primary season for next year's midterms.
I mean, they are all lurching to the left. We even have a woman in Wisconsin who is running for Congress who has always been establishment, always been a moderate, and she endorsed Mamdani. Now, in Wisconsin, why would you endorse a socialist mayor in New York City? It's something that we would in the past have thought unthinkable, and yet this is where we see the Democrat Party today. They are running to a man who is a Democrat socialist, and I would say a communist, as the president has said. He's not even a socialist. He's a communist, and yet their party, even in the moderate Midwest, is embracing this kind of policy. I think that it's going to be a very interesting midterm because I really don't believe that the rest of the country or the rest of the Democrats are even where Mamdani is, and yet you have people in the Midwest coming out and just cheering him on. Right. It's shocking.
Speaking of the Midwest, you'd think 10 years ago this question would have been easy to answer in the Midwest, but apparently not so much anymore. Michigan's chief deputy superintendent, somebody who's in charge of all the education of all the children in Michigan. Her name is Sue Carnell, and she's facing backlash for this answer after being asked a simple question: how many genders are there?
There's lots of things in this proposed guidelines that do not line up with the beliefs of parents. Things like you said, the science of gender. How many genders are there?
Different people have different beliefs on that.
Well, you can believe all you want, but science says there's two.
To be abundantly clear, that answer was given at a hearing to approve the sex education standards going forward for children in the state of Michigan. Tudor, if I'm a parent, I'm not real confident in that answer.
And parents in Michigan are not happy with that answer. They're not happy with these new standards. And the smug attitude that she gives in that hearing, she knows she's untouchable. She knows that in Michigan, it's kind of unique. The Department of Ed doesn't report to the governor. There's really no control of the Department of Ed. They're an entity in and of themselves. Their board is elected by the people, and then they elect the superintendent of the state. And they are kind of running rampant with whatever they want. It's devastating to parents in Michigan. They came out in droves to oppose this. It didn't matter to the board. They still overwhelmingly voted to put these standards into our schools. And now our schools will be required to teach. Parents can opt out, but they're going to be teaching up until 8th grade that you can be whatever gender you want. This and whatever gender you decide you are is a specific component to who you are. I mean, this is what our children will be learning. Why? We are 44th in the nation right now in education. Our kids can't read, they can't do math, and yet this is the hearing we have. And this woman smugly looks at Representative DeBoyer and says, different answers to how many genders there are. No, there's not. This is what we're up against. We thought when President Trump got elected, we were done with these shenanigans, but we're not.
Yeah, and Katie Wilson, the mayor-elect there in Seattle, says her cabinet is going to be filled with two-spirit individuals. I don't know what that means, but to your point, we're not done with this, Tudor. We're not done. Former Michigan gubernatorial candidate Tudor Dixon, thank you very much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.